What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10.
So this is my sketchbook. And sadly, I cannot use it anymore because I have filled it. Which means I need a new one. You're trapped in a cage of plastic and emotion. Don't worry, help is on the way. Oh my gosh, wow, look at this. I'm so excited. And oh my goodness, this comes off so easily. I have no idea why, but it was so hard for me to take it off of my old sketchbook just because I was lazy and didn't cut it out for such a long time. And when I did cut it out, I made it way harder than it needed to be. Now, for a bit of contextual information that I'm sure no one cares about, I was originally going to get the same sketchbook again because it is the only one that I thought that ohuhu gave that prevented marker bleed through on the other side of the paper. For example, on the first page of this sketchbook, there's no bleed through on the other side. I wanted that. This right here is my favorite sketchbook that I have ever filled. It is another ohuhu one, however, it does have bleed through on the paper. This is a bad example, sorry. However, it does have bleed through on the other side of the paper. Oh gosh, this is way fatter than that one. I always liked the sketchbook because it was square. I could just create a spread across it and it would look all pretty. And also the experience of using a square sketchbook was just really nice because not only could I create such nice spreads, I could also design a character throughout all these pages, and I found it easier for me to continue to draw the character when I was done. For some reason with this sketchbook, I could do no such thing. So I wanted to go back to a square one. However, I did not know if ohuhu had come out with a bleed-proof square sketchbook yet. And I didn't know if I was willing to sacrifice having the bleed through on the other page and the shadowing for just a square. But lovingly, thank the Lord above, they did offer a square one. And I'm so happy. This one, like the other one, does have a bookmark and also offers a pocket at the end of the sketchbook, which I sorely missed. However, as you can probably tell, it is very much thinner. I'm willing to sacrifice that. It doesn't really matter much to me. And also, while it is thinner, it has a lot of pages. So let me take you on the journey of drawing on the first page of my sketchbook. Also, the sketchbook came with this. It came with my last sketchbook too, and basically it just tells you interesting facts about the paper and also tells you that it is bleed proof. Very nice. And if you are wondering, it works with other brands as well. But the real beauty is the sketchbook in general. I finished my sketchbook like a little bit ago, and I did not have another sketchbook at the time, so I had to wait for this one, and then I had to wait to actually fill it because I wanted to film this video. Gosh, look at that. Look at that. I'm so excited. I love this. I love this so much. I don't know what to do with the cover, but I usually cover it in stickers. Tay-Tay actually got these for me at a thrift shop, and they are amazing. She knows I love Van Gogh so much, so when she saw this, she thought of me. And then, like, isn't that so sweet? That's so cute. I love her. Thank you again, Tay-Tay. I've already said thank you like a million times, but thank you. So this right here is going to be my first page. This will be anything that I want it to be, but for now, we're just gonna stick to this being the first page. And this is where we can do our testing. And due to the fact that these don't bleed through, I can actually use colors on this part of the page as well. I do have a few ideas rolling around in my head, and I made a Pinterest board and everything. So if you don't know, this is my 18th sketchbook, which, oh my goodness, I've filled 17 of these. That's how numbers work, but gosh dang. And my ideas for this is, for some reason, a ballerina has just been twirling around in my head. That's what I'm going to try to accomplish. I don't really know how ballerinas work. I know it's actually an incredibly hard sport, especially when you have to do point. And since most people think of point when they think of ballerinas, I think I need to give this ballerina point shoes. I'm just gonna sketch out my first idea, and then I'm going to look at all my references and see where I can take this. I can never draw the head right. Oh my goodness. Genuinely do not know if she should be tired or not. I have never done ballet except when I was like 4, and I don't remember being tired, but I also know that ballet is a challenging sport. Dancing in general, honestly. I'll draw her tired for now. Let's see if my kneaded eraser wants to work today. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes I have to coax it out of him, and sometimes I just can't get him to work and I have to move on. Come on. I believe in you. Ah, no! Dang it! Oh my gosh, I already ruined everything. Oh my goodness, I hate everything. I should have thought of that. Oh my goodness. Minor setback. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, oh gosh. This is just an awful drawing. I put too much pressure on myself for this video, therefore it's going to be terrible drawing in this video. Alright, so here's my little concept. She looks very boring, I feel like. No offense if you look like this, I'm sure you would look gorgeous in real life. However, for a drawing standard, it's not exactly like the best character design wise. Also, I bent the paper while I was erasing, so now it's going to show up here, but most importantly here. However, I do not care about this page as much as I care about the front page, so I guess I can overlook it. I am just so stressed about that already. And I didn't even consider the fact that this was technically the first ever drawing in this entire sketchbook, in my entire 18th sketchbook, and I don't like how it turned out. I just need to stop putting pressure on myself and actually just draw something. However, for some reason, I just can't get that mental block out of my mind, especially when I am recording. Dang it. Here, girl, it's not your fault. Have some blush. Now for this, it's more of a girl just going to practice. There's not really anything interesting about it. And also, she's just a small little sketch and not really that much. So I am going to pull out some of my references and try something with one of them. It honestly doesn't look that bad on camera. For this sketch, since I'm not going to do anything with it, I'm just going to pull out a regular pencil and see how that goes. Honestly, the really thing I'm scared about is drawing any ballerina poses because they are so complicated. Like, how do they even do that with their bodies? I'm asking genuine questions here. What I genuinely need to work on with my art is stop being so heavy-handed, especially when I'm first starting, because that just ruins everything in the end. Oh my goodness. What I'm really scared of is having to draw the shoes. Like, that's gonna be... Okay. Oh, look at that little sketch. Isn't she cute? I don't know if I should like simplify the legs to just be like little stubs. Like, looking at ballerina pictures, they have the longest, thinnest legs imaginable, so I have no idea. I kind of like the tutus that kind of like go like this instead of outwards. but I have no idea. I feel like the outwards one would be easier and much clearer to draw. I honestly don't know where this ballerina character would even be, because all my worlds don't have humans. Some of them do, but like a ballerina wouldn't really fit in there anywhere. So I don't know where I would place her. I do have a world with humans, however I have severely neglected it. I feel bad for my babies, oh my goodness. Genuinely, I do not know how a lot of content creators do this. I feel like it's because they have bigger desks or something. But it is really hard for me to look at a reference and draw it and stay in frame at the same time. I'm probably not even in frame right now, am I? No, I am, thank goodness. I feel like I'm severely out of practice with my traditional art. I always feel out of practice with my traditional art, but today feels particularly rough. And also, I am out of practice with my digital art as well. Like, I haven't been drawing a lot recently, and that is kind of an issue when you have an art channel. But my school year is almost over, and it is my senior year, which means it is my last year, so I will be free of the pain and torment known as high school. However, I'm also terrified because that pain and torment came with security and full knowledge of what I was doing with my life. I still don't fully know if I want to do what I am planning to do when I go off to college, and I am just nervous about the future. And I have basically been dealing with senioritis all year, and it's rough. Just so you know, if any senior tells you that they have senioritis, they actually are saying they have depression. Senioritis is just something that adults say. I feel like I should be trying to see the colors soon, however, I am stupid and just want to keep drawing, even though none of them are really turning out particularly well. I don't understand how some artists can just draw random lines and suddenly it becomes a picture. I just don't get it. See, let me... Oh, girl. Reason I kind of want to give her big round anime eyes. I don't know why. They just seem really cute to me. Oh, look at that. Storm draws a corset. I could have guessed that was going to be a turn of events that was going to happen. This is going to sound kind of sad, but for some reason I get the vibes that she's about to sing I'm Not That Girl, but the reprise version. Interesting lore bit that I'm thinking of. I don't know. But I'm looking at this bun braid combo that looks like actual flower, so I'm going to try to draw it and see what happens. Use my other nail eraser, see if that works out in any other way. Alright, so, I do not know why, but a pink color scheme is calling to me. However, I have done pink for my previous two sketchbooks, so I feel like another color is in order. And for some reason, I am feeling blue. I am going to try this color scheme. I just tried to put the cap on the other end of a copic marker. Hey! I'm going to randomly come in and out whenever I need be, but for now, you are just watching me try to pick the colors from a color palette that I found because I thought it was a really pretty color palette and I was obsessed for no reason. I really like this a lot. I just need to figure out, you know, her hair color and all that. She's gonna have blonde hair, because of course she is. Genuinely, I like drawing people with blonde hair, and I don't know why. I think it's because I have brown hair, so brown hair just seems kind of boring. I like blonde hair and black hair for some reason. Oh, you know what? I use this for like random sleeves here, which I did not really like. I don't know why I had the sleeves. I just felt the need to use this. However, I can use it for the bow. So I'm gonna start trying to draw her on this page and see what happens. Welcome me back with open arms. So with this sketch, I was actually having a terrible time with it, and I genuinely have no idea why. I was struggling so much with drawing for this video, and I feel like that is so normal for me when I'm doing videos like this. And I have no idea how to fix it. If you have any tips in the comments, please tell me. But I was making her too short, so just straight up do not look at this sketch at all. I wanted this to be the sketch where I use color on it, however, it just did not work out that way. I always get heavy-handed when I film, and it's a real problem. I mean no offense to y'all when I say this, but at this point in time with my drawing and my filming, I was tired of talking. I kind of just wanted to draw and alleviate any pressure I could for myself because it was so hard to just do anything because I was just putting pressure and pressure and pressure on myself, and I really think it shows with this drawing. What's the idea? What is wrong with me? But the leads are awful, and I cannot erase it because I am too heavy-handed. I don't know what is wrong with me. I am just having a bad drawing day. I've had a bad drawing day for a little bit now, and I wish I wasn't filming. However, I need to film, and I don't know how to film yet. This video, I honestly apologize because it's going to be awful. It's going to look awful. The only thing I can think of saving it would be editing, and I'm not even that good of an editor. At least it didn't. You can see the outline on this page, however, on this page is perfectly fine, which thank goodness for that. However, for some reason it's kind of standing up. You know what, with this sketch I probably should have tilted her head this way instead of that way, but I feel like it would also add a lot of just this looking this way, so I think this head looking that way has intrigue, but I feel like I should have turned the body this way. Again, how do other YouTubers do this? Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I was kind of crashing out at this point. I feel so genuinely bad about this drawing. I feel so genuinely bad about this video. And during the time of making it, I wasn't doing good with drawing at the moment. I have no idea why. I just could not draw to save my life, and it was just a really hard time. And also, in the middle of this drawing, I realized I had not provided any shoes for this girl, so I quickly had to look up references to see what the heck point shoes looked like. I had no idea that they were that flat. And it also gave the opportunity to use the bow color in more places because that was just a random throwaway color, I guess. This video took a lot out of me, and it's technically still taking a lot out of me. So even with all the pain and all the pressure and all the crap drawing, I hope you like this video.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia?
I don't know why. I did this with my other sketchbook too, but I keep checking behind it just to see if it's bled through. Issue I have with this paper I've gotten used to with just my other sketchbook is that when you put down the colors, they look way darker than they do when they dry. And it kind of sucks because you have to wait to see what the colors actually look like. However, I've gotten used to it, and it's hard for me to care at this point. It really shows when I'm doing this. I decided to draw the head of this character just to try and get the hair right again, to see if it was actually possible to make this character look even remotely good in a final drawing.
With these expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down.
Well, hi! You aren't going to hear
from current me from now on. It's just going to be voiceover me. Is that okay? Okay, good. If you are wondering what the black squares are for in the video, bracelets all the time in my normal life. Like, I seriously never take them off. However, most of them are from local events and other things that would reveal where I am in the world, so I had to blot them out. I always take them off for videos, but I occasionally forget, and this is the longest I have forgotten. Don't worry, I'll figure it out eventually. For this drawing, I actually sketched it out digitally before transferring it over with an app I use. I like my last sketchbook's first page, but the last time I did the first page on a square, I messed up fully. So I just wanted the small freedom that I get from being able to fix things with digital art. However, actually transferring it, I have a love-hate relationship with the method I use, but the thing is, I don't have a better one. So I'm stuck this way trying to figure out how to do it with the least amount of physical and mental damage. Alright, I'm overreacting, but I transferred in such a convoluted way that I really end up hurting myself and almost having mental breakdowns multiple times throughout the process. I wouldn't wish this way of transferring on my worst enemy. Well, actually, I don't know if I'm that noble. Regardless, it takes a lot for me to find that sweet spot with it, and I just didn't find it this go around. And then I lost the footage that I was showing in the sketch because I closed the app without saving it! But I'm fine. Even with all the tears, I got it done and was able to move on to the line art and color process, which is way more fun to me. I really do like the colors of this character, and it's not really a color palette that I gravitate towards. In fact, I don't think any of my characters have a color palette like this. Well, until now, that is. I decided to name this character Juliette for reasons. She's a 17-year-old dancer that was pushed by her parents to have a stage presence, and the pressure gets to her a lot. With the constant tearing down she gets from her parents, anyone that shows her even the slightest hint of any kind of affection, she latches onto them and thinks that everything is going to turn out okay just because of one person alone. I was coming up with this story while drawing, and it was actually at this point where I decided that she was pregnant. I recorded this during my last few weeks of school, and it just so happens that during those weeks in my anatomy class, we were learning about the, baby process. Right up until pushing them out. So I guess I just had babies on the brain. Yeah, so Juliette's pregnant. She isn't showing yet, obviously. At this point of drawing her right now, I imagine she just found out about it. One thing about Juliette is she really didn't want to be a professional dancer like her parents wanted her to be. She actually wanted to be a school teacher and a mother. But of course, that is way too boring, and her parents wanted her to aim high. She only had a few friends, and she met a boy that, gave her the time of day very positively, so therefore she became attached to him. He wanted her to follow her dreams and encouraged her greatly, and as their relationship grew into more of a romantic one, they started talking about the future. However, you remember when I said that she looks like she would be singing I'm Not That Girl, but the reprise version? Well, the boy, whom I don't have a name or design for yet, comes from an incredibly wealthy family that usually gains their financial success from rubbing elbows with the right people at the right time. Due to this, they always had that expectation for our little boy here that they were going to use him to rub elbows by becoming lawfully related to the other wealthy people of their choosing. So even while dating Juliette, his parents are forcing him to get to know a girl his age from a family that they deem worthy. The more he hangs out with this girl, the more he starts to care about her and love her, not in the same way he loves Juliette, but enough to not want to break her heart. And keep in mind that they are teenagers and don't have any legal say at the moment until turning 18, so the boy's plan is to try to make his family happy for as long as possible, and then dip with Juliette when they turn 18. Things go awry with this plan when his parents decide to move. Yes, I am very cliche, thank you for noticing. Was this coincidence, or was it because his parents found out about his relationship with Juliette? We may never know. Well, actually, I'm gonna tell you, it was the second one. The love of Juliette's life is forced to move away with his planned out fiance, and Juliette gets, sad about this. She's mad at everyone in this situation, but she is also really depressed about it because now she thinks she's going to have to do whatever her parents want her to do, and there's really no way out of it. She has practically lost all hope at this point. And then she finds out she's pregnant. This story isn't fleshed out as much as I would want it to be, but it's a start. Juliette is in the world with my other human characters who are basically just regular high schoolers, but I want to portray them as actually real life high schoolers that go through a lot of struggles and all that. I guess you could find out Juliette's struggle quite easily. But I adore her. I want to design her in a regular outfit and also want to draw her with a baby bump sometime, because while she is depressed and going through a hard time and in pain mentally and physically, she's really excited to meet her baby. Also, I really want to design her boyfriend slash baby daddy and give him a personality and a name. Yeah, a name would be good. Maybe his planned out fiance too. I genuinely love Juliette and I cannot wait to flesh her out more as a character. I love how we're designed her now and her story, and I love how my first page turned out. I am so excited to start this sketchbook, and I am so happy that you guys stuck around to see it all unfold. Tell me what you think about it, give me ideas for Juliette's story, or tell me what your favorite meal from the past week was in the comments down below. Please go and do something that made you happy. You have earned it and deserve it. If something that made you happy is watching another video, then the video on your screen is something that YouTube thinks you might like, so maybe go and check it out. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Goodbye!